channel. Good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for joining me on this impromptu live stream. I thought I would pop online and do one of those like haul things. I've not done one of those in a long time, so I thought, why not? I've been hauling, like a lot of people. I've been hauling and picking stuff up to sell online, and I thought, why not just share it? It's been quite a while since doing that, and also, as you can see from the title, I will be hopefully getting some really amazing suggestions from the people that watch this stream as to what kind of a cool reselly kind of based channel name I could have, because I'm kind of looking to move this channel back more focused onto the reselling side of things, and then shifting the shop side of things, which isn't for everybody, to a separate channel where I can just really promote the shop and the products that come in, etc. Whereas obviously this channel has grown mainly on over the years, many years of doing this now. But I've got to be about 6 years now, 7 years maybe of doing this. It's grown mainly due to what's it called? Me talking about eBay and how bad I am at it, probably. Hi Tracy, thank you for joining, really appreciate it. Looks like you're the only person here so far, but thanks for joining in. You can be the first to come up with a cool reselling name for my channel. Let me know what you think. It would be cool to have some suggestions. It's got, the only caveat is I wouldn't mind if it had my name or a variation of my name in there. That would be really good. Anyway, Cookie and the Haydens, Chris is here as well, thank you. Secret Carper is here as well. So it's just the computer thingy is not updating, so like hi to people joining. I really do appreciate you guys popping in. So let's do a little haul. I've not done a haul in a while, and you guys know I mainly focus more on like the electronics side of things. Just prefer it. I find that like it's more enjoyable for me to actually test and list. I prefer it. I do pick up the odd bit of clothing, as you may know as well. I have recently sold a pair of what were they, diesel jeans, I think, so that kind of thing. Are you changing your name from Only Cool Stuff? Yes, Chris, yes. I want to I'm going to create a separate Only Cool Stuff channel for the shop. And this channel, I kind of feel like, I mean, you let me know what you guys think, but I kind of feel like this channel obviously got most of the following. Like you guys, the people that follow this channel mainly are into reselling. This channel grew on reselling, and obviously a couple of years ago when we started doing the shop, we started doing a lot more shop stuff, and it's not for everybody, which I totally understand. It's like retail, it's wholesale, it's like pop culture, and I still obviously want to do that. I still want to promote the shop obviously, but I do a lot of that on like TikTok, Instagram and Facebook, and I thought actually it might be better for me to do like that side of stuff on a separate YouTube channel, because there are quite a lot of videos I'd like to do, but I'm a bit hesitant on this. So for example, I'd love to be doing like more product like unboxing. So say when we get a new figure in, I'd be like, hey cool, look, we've had this new thing come into the shop, let me unbox it and show you. But on this channel it's not the right audience for it. Call the channel Pea Stains and Rainbow, says Tracy. Well Tracy, thank you for your suggestion, but it doesn't really kind of fulfill the basic requirement I asked, which was to have some, my name or a variation of my name in the channel. So unfortunately, with a heavy heart, I'm gonna have to pass on that one, Tracy, but thank you nonetheless, it's much appreciated. And you know what, I still dispute that those were pea stains on those trousers, but we're not going to go into that. She's always slipping. Mandy, thanks for popping in. Jen's Multiverse says howdy, happy Tuesday. By the way guys, hope you've all had pancakes. I've not had any pancakes today, so I'm a bit gutted about that, but I hope you've had pancakes. I'm hopefully going to get pancakes when I get home. Rebecca remembered that it was pancake day, and I was like, well, make with the pancakes. So we've not had any pancakes, which is a bit sad, so we'll see what happens. Howdy, happy Tuesday, says Jens. Cookie and Hayden's. Chris says, only thing I would say, it's so hard and time consuming to have a second channel. It is. The thing is, Chris, I'm not looking to necessarily start the second channel just yet. I'm more thinking of just like just having the channel, if you know what I mean. Like, but maybe not even starting it yet. Yeah, all I've done so far is I've privated all the videos I can see on this channel that were like heavily shop related. So I want this channel to focus on, you know, secondhand electronics tech, you know, reselling, used goods type thing. What it originally started as, like go back to where it kind of originated from, and what I enjoyed making videos on this channel about. And then I want to move that stuff to another channel, but that's not necessarily going to start yet because, like I said, I'm always doing like TikTok and stuff anyway. So there is already like social media for the shop, but eventually I would also like a channel as well. Food. Tommy, hey Tommy. Tommy says Malik's Mistakes is my vote. That's not bad, Malik's Mistakes, but I'd prefer my first name. DB Resells. Damien says Simply Z. That's kind of nice, but I kind of feel like if I was called Simply Z, I'd have to have like an icon or a profile picture like that or something. That's the vibe it gives me, so I'm not sure. Peter Alexander has just super chatted £5 with a thumbs up emoji. Thank you, Peter. Really do appreciate it. That's really kind of you. Hi to David M. Hi, how are you? Meat Pies on My Bitch is another channel name from Tracy. I do like my pies. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I can somehow integrate pies in with the reselling, but we're getting off track here. Hey, Shelley, Shel Saruni, Bomb Crack Picker, Chris Tyler, Peter Ray, David M. Thank you for really appreciate it. Hi, is the Payne Brother tossing live tonight? Says Chris Tyler. I did see a notification for the Payne Brothers doing their annual pancake day thing, so I'm really looking for that. And we have got from Hey to Z, says DB Resells. I would name it the 2 week span. Let's be fair, nothing lasts more than 2 weeks. Says Tommy. Good name option. You know what? Chris there, Cookie and the Haydens there. Chris has got what looks like a winner so far. Reselling A to Z. I like that. That's sharp. Trust Chris to come up with something zippy like that. You know what, Chris? That could be it. That could be it. I do appreciate it. That's a good one. That is. I like that one. Could well be that one. Could well. All right. I'm also here to share with you guys. Pay you later. I will do. That was a good one, wasn't it? That is really good. You've got credit where credit's due. I think Chris has so far gotten the winner. So if you can beat from reselling A to Z, then you know I will be impressed if you can beat that. But that sounds really good. I like that. Oh, Damien. Oh, this is gonna be tough now. Oh, now that I like Damien's one. Holy, you know when someone just comes up with something amazing like Chris has done. Oh my god! No, I've got to say, Damien, that was. Oh god, I'm gonna have to think now. Anyway, I can't get sidetracked. Those are both amazing, and it's probably going to be one of those two because those are freaking easy. Reselling is sweet though. That's like, anyway, haul time. Haul. I've been out sourcing. I did sell at the car boot this weekend. I didn't do any buying at the car boot, but somehow I've ended up with a bunch of stock. Peculiar. Let me just share with you guys some of the stuff. It's all electronics type stuff, so hopefully it's not going to completely bore you. But we're going to get on with some haulage, okay? The first item, I'm actually completely covering it. I'm going to show you this. Here we go. This is the first item. As you can see, this is a beauty. This, you know what? This is a niche that I absolutely love. It's good money. It's still available. And it's also great to negotiate with because the people often selling these, this is, for those of you that don't know, a CRT television. Now, not only is this a CRT, this is a very desirable size, 14 inches, but more than that, you can see it's got a flat screen. Now, back in the day when I used to sell these, when these were brand new, companies started to call their CRT TVs flat screens like this, and just as LCDs and plasmas were coming out, it was all the rage for CRT manufacturers to go flat. You know, like it was happening a couple of years before, but people assumed that flat screen meant like a flat TV, but obviously this is not flat. It is quite a chunk. So this, that telly there, is a really good size for a lot of people that will be into gaming, wanting a little TV for their video retro consoles. Now, the reason why they're in demand, I think it always helps to know why people find stuff popular rather than just knowing that something's popular. Knowing something's popular is great, but knowing why is better, because then you can kind of you get a gist of why things like that work. The reason why people want CRTs is because, firstly, a lot of games back in the day, they weren't optimized for widescreen, so number one. Number two, the actual the way a game looks, consoles didn't output super high resolutions. The first console that actually outputted a HD resolution was, I think, was it the original Xbox, or it may have even been the Dreamcast, because the Dreamcast had a VGA output as well. Most consoles before that did not output. So if you had a Sega Saturn, a PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, standard definition, which is about 240 lines of resolution, looks crusty on a flat screen. Flat screens are made of pixels, like grids of tiny little pixels. They look jagged and nasty. Tube TVs like that look mint. Movement is instant. The blacks are better. There's a lot of positives to it, and they're designed for it. So you're going to have SCART inputs, RF inputs for your really old consoles, composite video inputs, and if you're very lucky, component video inputs. So that kind of stuff is very popular. Now, that telly there, I reckon I will be selling for close to £100. You can, like with most things, you can end up underselling these. I've seen a lot of people put TVs like that up for auction, and they can sometimes go for very little money. So it's worth keeping an eye out if you're looking to kind of snipe one of those for yourselves. But if you're confident in your shipping, and you know what you've got, you know how to describe it, CRT TVs can be excellent, especially like fancier ones. So that's like, having the flat screen will add value to that. I reckon I'll get close to £100 for that one. It will be interesting to see whether I do or not, but that's going to be it. What else are people saying? UK Reserve, put a vote on. Yeah, I'll see if I can. Z, hope you're well, says Josh, making Z dollars. That's a good one, Josh. Thank you for popping in. Chris says it's great when you can find a good name or brand. It gives you a whole new enthusiasm to get going. Very true, Chris. I really needed that. Guaranteed with Z, says Chris Tyler. Hi Z and chat. Did you steal it? No, I didn't steal it, Tracy. I didn't steal it. I purchased it, but at a very good price. Very good price. Like not much at all. Like, we're talking, I don't know, because I buy this stuff in lots, so I'm probably looking at £5 at most, maybe. So that's the first item, CRT TV. There you go, super. Next item, something a little bit more modern. This is a Bluetooth speaker from Panasonic. So worth looking out for little units like this. It's got a little bit of weight to it. You can see on the back you've got a power socket, a figure 8 power socket, and then you've got an Ethernet socket. Ethernet socket will mean it's going to have some kind of networking ability, which this does. This does actually have Wi-Fi as an option. So you can connect it to over your home network and stream music directly. It's got Bluetooth as well, so it's got the little Bluetooth icon. It's all touch panel as well. Now, this is a really good sounding system. It does a pretty good job. Something like this you should be able to get a resale value of around £50 on. Unfortunately, now I've got to do a bit of further testing because I know that you can adjust the sensitivity of these buttons, but these buttons seem to be working okay on the current sensitivity setting. But the Bluetooth auxiliary and the net, which is like the changing between those options, is very difficult. Like, you have to mess around to try to get the sensor to pick it up. So I've got a feeling that there's been some kind of, I think it's known for the lower half to develop some kind of sensitivity issue. So I'm probably going to have to sell this for spares or repair, although it does work if you're persistent with it, and it still sounds really good. But if it was fully working and looking around 50, as it stands, maybe I'll get around 20 for it perhaps, or I could even take it to a car boot and explain that to someone and sell it for maybe a 10 or a 5. So it depends on how I feel with that one, but definitely worth looking out for Bluetooth speakers. Lots of companies do them, but this is the Panasonic SC-ALL2 or SC-ALL2. Worth looking out for still, nonetheless. About 50 odd quid if it works. I've got yet another Panasonic system to show you. I've sold one of these before. You're looking at around 30 to 40 pounds. This is just a simple Panasonic Bluetooth soundbar. So you've got the power, volume, inputs, and it's just, yeah, basically it's like a virtual surround soundbar. For people that don't want proper surround sound, then they stick these underneath their tellies. I personally am not a fan of this. I just don't like the whole, you know, oh look, surround sound in a bar. It's not possible. You can't get it. Don't fool yourself. No matter what the marketing says, you need speakers physically around your room to get proper surround sound. But it's a good alternative. Nice and compact. Probably perfect for like 32-inch TVs. You know, you could probably mount it right underneath a 32-inch TV and that would be fine. I don't even know if they do that many 32s now. Most TVs are like humongous. But this should sell for about 30 to 40 quid. No problem. Really easy to test, and it's got its little remote control as well. Wow, we've also got Pete's Retro Collectibles, and Shazad Hussein has popped in. Hey Shazad, long time no see. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate it. So I'm doing a haul, you know, hauling it up. All right, let's see, what else have we got? What else have we got here? Another Panasonic item. Bear with me. This is really nice. This is like in the similar range to the Bluetooth speaker. This is part of that range, but this is like a bigger brother. This is called the SC-AL5. Now this is actually a Bluetooth speaker again, Bluetooth sound, but it also has DAB plus, so digital radio plus in here, and this also has a built-in CD player. And it's really snazzy actually. When you switch this on, again, it's got a touch panel. Thankfully, this touch panel is working flawlessly. And you've got like the eject button. You press that, that moves across to reveal the CD player. It actually sounds not bad for how small this is. But this is basically everything in one. CD, DAB+, it's got USB, Bluetooth, the works. Now, it's quite funny to think about, but a few years ago you'd be very, very lucky to get. B&O used to do a system where you used to put your hand and the glass doors would open. A wall mounted hi-fi. It was a very high-end thing. B&O used to do them, Nakamichi used to do them. Very expensive. And now you can get something like this which you can wall mount. It's got you know, it's got holes at the back for you to hang this on the wall if you want. You can remove the bottom base and you can have this like a wall mounted system, and it's so affordable. This used is gonna sell for, oh god, is the sound low? I have mine on full and Z is still quiet. Hey Bolfines, how are you? Tam and Bell, zero effort reselling, that's pretty good. If you think it's quiet, I can turn it up a little bit. Bear with me, bear with. Alright, let me know if that's any better. Hopefully that's a lot better. So, you know, bear in mind, this would have been like, you know, really hard to attain and aspire to, but now used you can get this for £60. I've already tested this, it's fully working. It's a beautiful little system. Not my cup of tea again. I like my proper systems, but it's still nice, like that, the way that slides open, the way the display appears here. That is a really good bit of kit in my opinion. So £60 I should get for that. Let me know if I've messed the sound up or if it's still okay. I don't want to distort. I'd rather be quiet than be distorted, and that's a concern because apparently I've got a loud voice. Rebecca always tells me that. What else are people saying? I just thought soft-spoken Z dulcet tones are relaxing, says Pete. Thank you, Pete. Fix It for Reselling says, I saw the word electronic and he came in. Super, really do appreciate it. BCP, Yes, better, thanks, Z. Ah, that's brilliant, BCP. Thanks for joining us. I've heard, BCP, you've been under the weather recently, so I really do hope whatever you're going through is something you're managing. But good to see you in the chat, man. It's just awesome. Moving on. Then I picked up a Sony stack system. Sony stack systems are like Sony stack systems are like an iffy thing. Some of them can be good, some of them are okay. This one's probably just more on the okay side of things. It's probably considered amongst their better stuff, but in my opinion, it's just okay anyway. Let me just show you the components that I got. Now this needs testing. I've not had a chance to test it yet, but this is a Sony 5-disc changer, 5 CD changer CD player. It's called the CDP C661. So that is the name of it. It is quite a chonker, as you can see, quite a chunky unit. It's going to be one of those trays that pops out and is on a carousel. I think I prefer carousels. They're more reliable. When you've got like the ones which have got like a tray system, those are very finicky and can cause a lot of headaches, and I would try to avoid them. On a carousel it should be better. So this probably working is around a £60 item, so I will test that on its own. We'll test it obviously with a system. It looks to be in very good condition. Don't know if you can see, but for its age, very nice condition. Like the fascia is clean, there's no massive scratching, it doesn't look to have been abused. It looks like it's been looked after. It's not had a great deal of use. One thing I should point out. Oh gosh. If you are out and about and you spot a bit of hi-fi and it has a plug like that, it's nothing to worry about. As long as you check the back and it says that it's okay for 230 volts, which this one is, you will be able to use it on a UK main system. You don't need to think, oh, this is not going to work. Check the voltage on the unit. If it says 230 volts to 240 volts, you're good to go. This is rated for 220 to 230 volts. This is a kind of plug that Sony often use. You can actually buy a 3-pin plug that this will just clip inside of, and then the outside casing will have the 3-pin regular plug. So this is what Sony used to do, because obviously they used to sell these systems in Europe as well as in the UK. The UK obviously got a bit of special treatment because we've got a different plug. Europe would get this. In the UK, it will just have like the plug with the 3 pins on it attached. It literally clips inside. It's quite a nice little system. So worth bearing in mind. Do not be alarmed if you see that as the plug. So let me just put that down. Gosh. Now this I should have probably kept till near the end. Now this is a surprising unit. Now it's also the most likely not to work, but this could, if it works, this could be a near £200 unit, which would be really nice. This is actually a Sony cassette deck TCWR661. That's the model number. It's a twin cassette deck. Both decks have got auto reverse on them. I'm hoping it's gonna work. If it works, like I said, it could be close to a couple £100 for this deck alone. They seem to have value for some reason. I think it's because they've got really like a decent head on them, perhaps. High density head, and it's got auto reverse on both sides. I'm not quite sure. After saying to you guys, it's always good to know why something costs more. Here I am going, I'm not quite sure why, but I'm not fully certain why. I mean, it does have some mod cons, like I said, like both decks with auto reverse. Noise reduction you'd find on most decks. I can only imagine it's like the head on it is really, really good or something. Maybe it's just a really reliable machine, who knows. But if it is working, close to 200 quid. If it's not working, maybe 50, 60, who knows. But it shouldn't be hard to get working because it's in good condition. Let's see what people are saying. Let me just see what are people saying in the chat, because I've not said hi. Josh says, is all car boot stuff or from a contact, Mr. Start? Says Josh. Josh, this is actually from a contact. I would probably not get this kind of stuff that easily from a car boot. You can, in the height of summer, you can. Yeah, I mean, I've picked up similar stuff from car boots actually quite a lot, but I've got good contact going at the moment, and I can get a good amount of clearance, like house clearance type stuff, so it's working well for me, Josh. Sony high-end 5 CDs, says Beats Retro. Hey, Mr. Sadie, thank you very much. You guys are so lucky with shipping prices. How much would that cost inside England to ship, worst case? Yeah, about £6 to £8, I would say. Probably about £6. Yeah, Chris is right. Carboot Chris is right. Is about £6 to £8, depending on who you use. At the moment, I'm able to send medium parcel via Royal Mail, tracked 48, so tracked 48-hour delivery, and it's about £6 something. I think it's coming to Royal Mail medium parcel, and I shipped something out which is 5.7 kilos, and it was about £6 something. So very happy about that. Yeah, probably would. Yeah. Right. Do you have a business account, Roma? No, don't, Shazad. It's my online account. Well, it is a business account, but it's not the one you're talking about. It's not the OBA one. All right. Next part of the Sony Hi-Fi is These tend to be the least valuable parts of a Hi-Fi, unless it's a DAB tuner. This is an FM AM tuner. You're probably looking maybe around £20 for something like this, plus shipping. So not terrible, and they're really light and quite easy to ship. So if you're buying a Hi-Fi and splitting it down, you may as well sell it. But again, you have to decide on that yourself. I'm not sure if I will sell it or if I'll try to get a fiver at the car boot. It depends how I'm feeling. I'll have a look to see if it is worth like 25-ish. Then maybe it will go on the bay. The model number is STJX661. And then finally, for the Sony Hi-Fi, the biggest, heaviest part. So this is going to be fun for me to kind of grab. This is not going to be easy. Watch while I destroy everything. And this is very lopsided. All the weight is on this side where the power supply is. This is the amplifier that was used to power that system. It's actually an old AV amp, so it's not a stereo amp. Normally, unless it's very good, AV amps for me are a secondary pickup. I prefer picking up stereo amps, because stereo amps tend to be a lot less faff to test, especially the more modern you get, because the more modern you get, AV amps have got so many bells and whistles. They'll have HDMI, they'll have component, different kinds of switching, menus, all that kind of stuff. A stereo amp is nice and simple. This is a old school Dolby Pro Logic AV amp. I've not tested it. It should be okay because it does look in good condition. It looks very clean on the inside as well. I've seen people get about £40 plus shipping selling it for parts where there was no sound coming from it, so it's okay in that respect. I just have to kind of see whether it is working or not. If it's not working, I could, like I said, it's still £40 plus shipping. So I will probably still sell it on eBay, but if I'm feeling lazy, I will take it to the car boot, because I don't want to necessarily not get. I mean, if it's working and it's still only worth maybe 50 or 60, then I don't know. I'll have to think about it, because it's a lot of faff as well. Right, moving on. It's a lot of electronics. We'll be getting there soon. Hey, rummage around. Kieran has popped in. Thanks for popping in, Kieran. Yes, it's a much greater distance here. I get that. We have nothing. $6 in the US. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, we are very lucky over here for that, definitely. Ooh. Another item of electronics that I always look out for is Blu-ray players, especially when they are like 3D Blu-ray players. This one is just a kind of this is not a 3D one, but it's like more, you know, it's meant to be one of their better ones. When it came out, this would have originally been one of their like nicer models. It's actually got some buttons on the front. A lot of cheaper players don't have any buttons, so if you don't have the remote, you can't actually control all the features. This one you can. It's also got an SD card reader on it. So yeah, it's a decent little player. Blu-ray 3D players can fetch a little bit more, but this one without the remote, we can still expect to get about £30, assuming it's working. You've got HDMI out, you've got loads of other outputs as well, component video, you've got composite video, S video, because obviously this can also play DVDs and stuff as well, so you know, it has all the standard definition outputs for people that are just using it as a DVD player, but 30 quid should be achievable on that, as long as it's working, and it'll probably sell pretty quickly. Blu-ray players do tend to sell pretty fast, so that's that. And then moving on, I think we're getting to near the end of the pickups. I do have some other pickups, like old vintage computer desktop stuff that I'm taking apart, but I can't show that. That's all out in the back, being stripped down. I like to buy old computers, old CRT monitors, things like that, and I like taking the old sound cards out, the motherboards, because some of them can sell for really good money, just because of the age of them, etc. Especially if you know they're from a working system, you can do really well out of them. I've just pulled a sound card out of an old PC that should fetch me 40 quid. It's like a little card thing. I'll make another video for that or something later, but I just wanted to kind of put that there. Last couple of items. We've got electric blankets. I've actually got this one, which is new in the box. The box has got some severe shelf wear, but the blanket itself is still sealed in the bag inside. This is a double as well, so this should fetch me maybe around 30-35 quid, which is quite cool. And then I do have an open one. Here. That's a single, and it's been tested. I've plugged it in, switched it on. One thing to note with those is don't switch them on when they're all folded up together. If you test this, so you'll get this control unit with a Silent Night electric blanket, and you'll get the blanket. If you plug the blanket in and test it like when it's folded like this will likely overheat, and it's got like a heat resistor thing in here, which once it's tripped is just ruined. You have to then desolder it and solder one back on again. I only know this because I saw my mate Vince make a video about this. So if you leave these plugged in and they overheat, for safety it will just kill itself, and the only way to get it working will be to buy like a replacement heat kind of thermal resistor thingy and desolder the old one and put the new one in. Too much of a faff, so be careful. Don't have those running when you're testing them when they're folded. Make sure it's open so you can do that. That is that's mainly all the pickups, I think. There might be the odd other couple bits and pieces, but yeah, there we go. Receiver 2025 plus shipping here, but only 4 listed and 3 sold, says Mr. Sadie. Yeah, that doesn't look too good then. It's weird though, Mr. Sadie. Some of the stuff that is that's an interesting point, because that's not very good value, but over here one sold for like £40, but there's a lot of occasions where stuff will sell for a lot more money in the UK, or vice versa. Some stuff will have a lot more value in the US than it will in the UK. I'll give you a really good example of that. Some of you guys will know I not recently, but I picked up the what is it called? Honky Tonk Man wrestling figures, right? As you know, I bought a whole bunch of them, and you know, that was a purchasing decision I made, and I've been selling them here now loose. I sell the guitar for about £7 plus shipping now, which is good, and I sell the action figures for about £10. That's all they can fetch here in the UK. In America, the Honky Tonk Man figure has literally become like it's just become like crazy. Let me just show you. This is mind bending to me. I was like, what? Transform her fit to screen. Check this out, guys. The Honky Tonk Man figure now, right, in the US, used, they're going for $40. That's bonkers. That's like £36. $48 used. I'm sitting on a gold mine. And then you can see here in the UK, they're selling for a tenner brand new. A tenner. 15 quid brand new. You know, like, what is going on? $46 used. 15 quid in the UK, $60 in the US. I mean, how bonkers is that? So here in the UK, I'm sat on a bunch of them. Well, not as many as I was. I actually sold some, sent some to Amazon that sold there. Like I said, I've just got some of the loose figures now in the guitar. But isn't that crazy how stuff changes? Like, and so stuff can be worth a lot of money elsewhere, but not over here. So that might be that's a weird thing. So it's funny how things can be. How things can flip around. So I'm like sat on like a wrestling gold mine, but no one here wants bloody Honky Tonk Man. So such is life. RAM can still sell for good money, even old, says Pete's Retro Collectibles. Yep, I've got some RAM as well, some old RAM that I'll be looking at. Our shipping kills the price here, that's why. Yeah, great point. I also thinking shipping hurts us. I can't. Yeah, we know about the epic buy. That's crazy. Send them to me and I'll sell them. You know what, Tommy? I've literally got like a freaking. I've got a fair few loose ones, and I've got the guitars as well. So you loose, you can get what, $50 a pop, $46. Freaking hell! It's a gold mine. Just send them to you, definitely. Like I said, the box ones I sold at Amazon now, so they're all gone. But yeah, so let's see. Right, that was the pickup anyway. That was the pickup. I want to say a big thank you to the 30 odd people that have joined. I have a £10 box of RAM here. You need to go through it, man. Retro PC stuff is huge. Like the cases. I'll give you an example of the cases. The cases can go from, people don't really know how to sell the cases. They'll send them super cheap. I've sold an old PC case, like an old PC case. Someone paid 100 quid for it, shipped abroad. They paid nearly £200 in total GSP. I think it went to the US for an old PC case because I called it certain keywords like I sleeper PC builds, you know, like beige, obviously if it's a beige one. I have a how much is shipping for one figure to the US? I don't know, Tommy. I'll have to look into it. Royal Mail have only just reopened their shipping services. I think yesterday or today. I'll have to check. It won't be much, but still. I'm PC illiterate. Most of it is marked. Yeah, there'll be loads of like little kind of there'll be lots of information for sure on there. I sold 3 Leanne Lee cases on Facebook Marketplace, went instantly. Honestly, Tommy, it's crazy the money people will pay. Let me I'll show you what I sold actually if I can find it. Bear with. Orders, and if I type in the word sleeper, maybe search by not by username. I hate when it loads the page so freaking slowly. Just load it up, man. Item title, thank you. I'll call it sleeper. Rightio. Yep. Here's a case that I sold. Who would have thought it? That case went for 100 quid, guys. And there's lots of people selling cases like this for like not much money. And as you can see, it was just the case. I gutted it. I took out the power supply. I took out everything. I took out everything apart from I think it was the floppy drive, because I was like, I'll leave, and the CD drive, because I like, like you want to keep the look if you can. So I left the CD and floppy drive in, and that thing sold for 100 quid, man. I mean, that's bonkers. And it's not a one-off, because I'm pretty certain there was another one that I took an offer on of about 76, 74. No, okay, it was one I took. Yeah, one I took an offer of £60, plus there was shipping of like £15, which is this one. Check that out as well. That's a Time PC case. Time PCs were not well regarded, but that is such an alien looking case. And again, by the time the buyer had paid, because they paid 60 for it, and they paid my £15 shipping, and then they paid like ridiculous amount to get it shipped abroad. I'm pretty sure they paid about 150 or 160 pounds in total to get this case. And just so you're aware, these old PC cases, as long as you can sell them correctly, like I said, use the keywords. Was it custom, sleeper, retro, those types of things? That's what people are looking for, and they're worth, it's ridiculous money. Vintage gaming video cards are bonkers. Yeah, same here, Tommy. Same here. It's there. Pete's Retro Collectible says, I've scrapped loads of them. Honestly, the cases have become very, very valuable, probably because a lot of them have been scrapped and gotten rid of. So definitely don't. Look out for the older cases. People want to build, either they want to rebuild old PCs, or there's a trend of putting in a beast brand new system and putting it in a very old case. That's why they call it a sleeper build. So you don't sleep on it, because you look at it and you think, oh wow, that's some old PC from the 90s. That's but then they pack it with the latest tech. So it's just like a thing that custom PC builders like doing. So something to bear in mind. Right. So guys, I want to say a massive thank you to all you people for joining. Really do appreciate it. A big thank you for the suggestions for the channel from both Damien and for Chris as well. The others were also appreciated, but I think I'm going to have to decide between those two. Peter Alexander, thanks for the £5 super chat, really appreciate it. I hope you found the video or the stream enjoyable. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Like I said, moving forward, this channel is going to be a lot more back towards the selling used goods side of things. And I'll work on the shop separately, and I hope that will kind of, it just keeps things simple for me. And enjoyable as well. Oh, thanks for the live, it made you feel better. I'm really glad to hear that, BCP, and I'm really glad to see Tracy and Tommy in the chat, and Mr. Sadie. Love you guys. Thanks for joining in. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. I think Bold Finds James will be on later tonight as well at 7 o'clock, so definitely check out his live stream. I'll be listening to that as well. Ian J as well, so thanks. See you guys later.